Hey guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. Price analysis on some altcoins this week. I put a tweet out this morning saying altcoin analysis video is coming up this week on my YouTube. What assets do you want me to cover? I've taken a look through all of these and I'll probably try and cover a vast majority of them this week, as long as this heat wave goes in the UK. My office cools down to about 40. But I think we'll start off with RSR. We've had Mike Bonan, C Viking mention RSR, and it's one that I cover quite often. So we'll take a look at RSR. Just first look at Bitcoin's currently sat at 24k. We had a nice spike up this morning. If you have a zoom in here, we had a lovely spike up to 25,200 before we rejected, and we're starting to come down a little bit there. I mean, depends what happens. We've got this major level marked up here, and if you look at a higher low strategy, I mean, we have created a high there, so there's a good chance that really we don't want any closures below this level. If we get any closures below that level, I think we're going to come back down. Maybe not 18s, but I think 20k could be a decent region. So just keep your eyes on that. I'm still looking for a nice bounce to the upside, where most of the CT is looking for that perfect short to ride it back down to 17k. I'm not on that boat. But yeah, looking at RSR, we'll start on the weekly time frame, and some major levels I've got marked up, major levels of support and mainly resistance here. I want to highlight this one here to start off with at 1.1 cent. I think that's a big elephant in the room we need to get through. I mean, if you're looking at past, it was a major resistance level there, then it was support, and then it was a major support level there. So that's another level, as you can see here. Look at that. It was a major support level before, shot right up to 2.2 cent and then rejected. This is that period here. We saw a little bit of relief, and then Tesla dumped 75% of their Bitcoin holdings and unfortunately dragged the entire market down with it, and that's what happened with RSR. We hit a nice support level down here at 0.003, so that's 0.3%, which is mental really. So let's have a look at some buy zones. We dropped to a daily time frame, and if we look at the entire move, we'll disregard that wick. I think that was either a fault on the charts or just a massive buy order that instantly sold off. But if we look at this in terms of Fibonacci, and we'll use the top here, we're pumped up, come back down. This 382 level around here has been a nice support level where we've reacted, and that's at half a cent, 0.005. We have bounced up there a few times, come back down, retested the 382 now, so this is the next support level. So for me, if you're looking for buys on RSR, I think now is a good time at around 0.007 all the way down to 0.00586. Depends on what goes on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does continue to drop, maybe down to 22s, we are going to get a pullback down to here. And that 786 level, you can see it was a major support level and resistance level around there. So that's another level at around just under half of a cent at 0.0047. So if you're looking for buys, that is your regions around here. 0.007 down to 0.0047. So that's your areas to buy. On contrast, if we do bounce on this region and you're looking to take some profit on that way up, I think the first major level here is just below that 1 cent region at 0.009. I think that's going to be a decent level for you to target. I think that will happen. I think we're going to start pushing up, and maybe not. Maybe not 0.009. If you're looking to sell 1.1 cent, I mean, I've mentioned that there. Look, major support level there, which is now resistance. So let's see if we can push up and get into that spot and take some profit, because remember, it will reject from there. It's not just going to blast right through. It will reject from there first time, and then it'll probably bounce back down to this region and then push up to those next few levels. So profit regions, I mean, if you're buying down here and you manage to get a decent profit, let's have a look at that in terms of a price range. So if you're buying here and you're taking profit at that region, you're talking about 34% move. It's close to a 50% move if you're buying here on this level here, and we do bounce up to that major resistance level. And you're talking about a 50% move, which is a decent amount on a spot one with zero leverage. So I don't recommend using a leverage. Just do some spot buys, and I think that could be a decent region for you to potentially take some profit. I think accumulation in these current times is the best thing to do. We don't know. Well, there's no certainty in the market either. We've had a little bit of relief, but it's nothing too telling yet. I think if we start to get closures above 28k and the market started pushing up, then there might start to be a little bit more confidence back. But I just think globally, in any type of market, in any type of economy, there's no confidence there. I mean, and people don't want to put their money on the line, especially when the price or the cost of living is starting to rise, inflation is booming. It's not a perfect time for investors, especially new investors, For me personally, I see that crypto is a hedge against all that current traditional markets, and RSR is that perfect one which will tackle those hyper-inflated economies across the world. So although it's had a horrific pullback, I think 96% from all-time highs, which is crazy. The project is still building. I think mainnet is getting close to being done now. It's around the high 95s, maybe around 94-95% complete. So that's something that we need to also keep in the back of his mind. Projects that are still building, projects that are targeting something that we're feeling in our pockets. Maybe not me and you, or well, especially in the UK, I don't think we're hyperinflated, but Turkey, that's going west, I think that's going crazy. We've got all these African countries, we've got a lot of South American countries that are really starting to feel the pain. We've got Argentina, which is inflation is ridiculous, Venezuela, you know what I mean. There's a lot of major countries like that which RSR can really start to tackle. So RSR is a project I will be holding. We've talked about buy zones there. Sell zones, that is a major sell level at 1.1 cent, but also use these extensions on the fib at 1.1 and 1.3 cent. And there's another major level of resistance, this thick black line up here at 1.6 cent and then 2.2 cent. So 3 major levels for you to take profit there. We've got one down here, second here, and third there. If you're looking at those in percentages from current moves, you're looking to take profit. That's a 50% move there. From this up to the next level, you're talking 125% move. And then if we manage to start pushing up all the way up to that level, you're talking close to 200% move. And that is just for starters. I think there's a lot left in this project and a long way to go. Even if you buy at this region here and you start to suffer and your price is going underwater, ultimately the price is going to go back up. So if you can afford to just put a bit of money on the side, put it into RSR, and don't worry about the price currently, and maybe look at it in 6 months to 2 years time, I think that is going to be one of your best and easiest ways to make money in cryptocurrency. Not financial advice, but it's just something that I think it could be a great risk to take, in my opinion. But that's it. That's my thoughts on RSR today. We've talked about buy zones, we've talked about sell zones, and there's a lot going on. The markets are very unstable currently. We don't know what's quite going on. There's a lot of things to consider when taking these investments out. But you got to take the rough with the smooth, and you're not going to get anywhere in life if you take no risks. And for me, I think this is a risk that will be well worth waiting for. So like I say, that's it today. If you are new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button, and also jump onto my Twitter. Go and check out that link, that post I put on about any altcoins you want me to cover. If you want me to cover any altcoins, drop them on that tweet and I will try to get to them. We've got another 4 days left this week, so that's at least another 4 to 5 videos I'm going to push out. So maybe I'll cover your project at some point soon. But that's it. I'll catch you next time.